Join us on a captivating journey as we explore the charm, history, and vibrant culture of Wilkes County. Discover the hidden gems, inspiring stories, and remarkable people that make Wilkes a place worth knowing and celebrating. Join us now and experience the unique essence of Life in Wilkes.
Well, Mayor Marc Hauser, welcome to Life in Wilkes.
Thank you, Carl. Nice to see you again.
Great to see you. We saw each other last at Christmas time.
Yes.
Does it ever get old, welcoming people to Christmas, flipping that switch?
No, it never will.
Yeah.
I don't care how many more years I'm fortunate enough to be mayor. It's a thrill.
Yeah.
It's a thrill for the children. I really, really enjoyed it. It's one of the highlights of the Christmas season for us at Town Hall because all the staff comes to that thing.
Yeah.
It's an event, almost you could say, within our family.
So it is a family event.
Yeah.
Family event for people in North Wilkesboro who are running the town, but then
Right.
also all the citizens of the county.
Absolutely. Have the streets blocked off and the bands and the kids and the vendors.
Yeah, we've been there many times. That's a great thing.
This is where I go to work every day.
I bet with the right shoes on and my Stetson and a real proud attitude, I could probably come in at about 6'7".
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful.
Oh my God, that's exactly right.
If you lie, I'll swear to it.
Mayor, if you would, let's start off by just letting people know who you are and know a little bit about you. Sometimes there's this distance, between those who are the citizens and those who are serving and those who are taking care of the business of keeping things running. Right. And I don't know. I kind of think it might be better if people know each other a little bit more.
Certainly.
Yeah. Let's talk about Marc Hauser.
Okay. I'm not from here originally.
Right.
I sound like it because I've been here so long. It was in 1979 I started working for a factory here, but I still lived up in Ohio. I'm originally from Cincinnati.
Okay.
And so it made more sense as things grew, we increased sales. We were $500,000 when I started, and by 1990 we were $16 million.
Wow, did you do all that?
I was the only salesman on the road.
Oh, really?
There was one other guy, the owner.
That time?
Yeah, that was it. So it made me look good. Made my resume look
that's
good.
good. That's right.
So then I moved down here in Wilkes County in about 84.
Okay.
And my children, they started first grade and kindergarten. And then in 1990, I remember the sales numbers that year, we were purchased by our biggest competitor. And then in 1996, an even bigger company bought all of us.
Wow.
And then it went on and on and on from there. And so I remember I stayed here. I liked the people, and my children were here through high school. They're in their 40s now. And it became home. It was the people.
So, Marc, if you would, let's talk about the people. When you said it was the people, that you kind of fell in love with the area, but it was really about people. I think it's important to talk about what we mean when we say that, because we hear that used a lot. Oh, it's the people this, people that. But what is it about the people in Wilkes that took a guy from Cincinnati with his family and getting to a position in your life that you could probably live anywhere you wanted to live.
Yes.
Move anywhere you want to move. You wouldn't have any obstacles, but you decided that this would be your forever.
Yes, I did.
Why? What was it about the people?
That's a good and a fair question. It was, it's hard. It's a feeling. People are good. They're honest. They're kind. It's a small enough town. Everybody knows everybody.
Right.
And that helps keep people honest, especially the kids.
Right.
Because he knows my parents.
Right.
And Southern charm, manners, and hospitality is still alive and well right here in Wilkes County. And if I would leave the keys in my truck when I ran in the store,
right,
it'd be there when I came out.
It certainly would.
You don't have to worry. So it's safety. And so that's the thing. And I would have people come in to visit, and we'd have dinner downtown. I'll say 6th and Main if he doesn't mind, he can edit it out. And, it was a nice restaurant, and one was a VP, and he said, now, Marc, you don't have to live here. If you want to go to Winston or Greensboro, wherever, that's fine. I said, no, I'm very happy right here. I said, it's really nice. And also, you make your own fun.
Sure.
And you talk.
Right.
and you entertain it. Maybe you're home with a cookout, and it's not always on the run. There's no traffic.
Yeah.
You're never more than 5-7 minutes away from
Isn't
anything.
it amazing? It's absolutely
It is.
amazing that, I mean, we do have traffic here, but at the busiest traffic period here, it would be during the Apple Festival or a race or something like that, where people are concentrating. They're coming in from all over.
Yeah.
But on our busiest rush hour morning, it's just a breeze.
It
right?
is. It is a breeze. And the weather's great.
Right.
Mild winters. Summer, well, you know.
right. Well, we all need to sweat a little bit. I
It's
guess.
good for you.
Yeah, they say
Yeah,
it is.
right.
I said that to a lady down in South Carolina, and she looked at me. She said, "Sir, I don't sweat. We glisten down here."
Horses sweat. Men perspire. Ladies glow or glisten.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But I didn't hear that here, so that was definitely a South Carolina expression. But I've learned that it's much broader.
Yeah.
So really, it's the charm of the people,
Yes.
the kindness of people. Did it take you a while to realize that it was genuine?
Yes, it did, because from up north in the big city, and I traveled big cities, industrial areas, you get used to the people don't even make eye contact.
Right.
And then you go by and they say, "Hey, you're passing them on a sidewalk," and what do they want? No, it's just being polite. Yeah,
Right.
it does take a while,
Right.
and you relax. And I think, and I'm positive, I'm not a medical person, that there's lower levels of stress and heart problems and ulcers and all those things here in the South and in Wilkes County, just because of that. You don't have the stress you do in bigger cities, and that goes from traffic to pedestrians to everything.
Oh, that's a good one. How long did it take you to get used to the fact that if you saw a buddy on the street and you're driving down the street, you might not just slow down to say hello, but you might stop.
Check your rearview mirror, and
Right,
you hold him up
right.
10, 15 seconds, and
Right.
you exchange pleasantries and go on.
Right. Did that take a minute for you to get used to?
Yes, it did, because you do that up north. At 5 seconds, you got a horn on you.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
That's true. But it's great. It's the way life should be.
Yeah. Having that time really to do what you and I are doing now. I think people in Wilkes tend to take time to get to know you.
Excellent. They
And-
take the time. Yeah.
And where are you from? You know, who are your people? Where you go to church?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Right.
It was the same way, making sales calls up north. It's
Oh, sure.
who are you? How you doing? Leave some literature. We'll let you know.
Right.
And if somebody in the South, you're going to spend 20 minutes talking about sport of the day,
Right.
where your church, whatever, till you find a common thread.
And then
And you're
can-
off to the races,
Right.
and then you make a friend, and they're more loyal.
Well, there is something about doing business with people you like,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good thing.
People will always do business with people that, if all things the same, the person they like the best will get the business.
Right.
Yeah.
Has that been a driving force in your life?
Yeah.
Of knowing that if you take a little time to, you're going there to sell them something, right? A
Absolutely.
Honeywell product or whatever
Absolutely.
it was. You know you're a solution for them.
Exactly.
But if you take time to get to know them and understand their particular applications
Right.
and really know them, it's going to be a longer relationship probably, right?
That's true. And I used to teach a lot of sales guys, and I spent most of my adult life, 42 years, sitting across from somebody's desk and try to figure out what's on their mind, what's their hot button. And I say, well, look around their office. If you see a deer head, ask about it.
Right.
You see a picture of a kid in a ball, ask.
Right.
And to get to know them, have a personal touch,
Right.
so they'll remember you, and that they are more to you than just a corporate wallet you're trying to get into.
It does make a difference.
And you've got to believe in it. You've got to be a people person. They have to feel it, and if it's not genuine, they'll know it.
You know, that's an interesting thing. We're going to get to the mayor in business in a minute, but that was a very interesting thought, to be a people person. Let's talk about, just for a minute, we can get long on it, but is it better to be a people person than to not be a people person. Because I think the idea may be there are some people that they truly enjoy doing what you and I are doing now.
Yes.
There are people I've invited to sit down, and it was like, there's no way I would, I don't know what to say. I said, well, we've been talking for 20 minutes. It'd just be great. You got a wonderful story. Sure. I'd just be too nervous. I just couldn't do it. But that power of being able to sit down and do this, to be that people person,
right.
Where do you put that on the level of importance?
It's very high, in my opinion. You're happier, and you get to know something, and you get a sale.
Right.
So you're getting paid
right.
To become a friend and to talk. But it is very important to be a genuine friend, and the rest of it will come.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How did you get in the mayoring business?
Interesting. I was going to work because I had a good job, and I had an aide, and I knew everybody, and
right.
I was going to work until I was 70. And but then my youngest daughter, she's married, and they had difficulty having children, so they had to do that in vitro. And then she became pregnant with twins, and I was almost 65. And so I talked to my financial advisor and made sure everything was okay. And then I retired in February of 20.
Okay.
And a good friend of mine warned me and cautioned me, Frank Fall. He said, Mark, don't retire from your job. You have something to retire to. I didn't. So you've got all your deer rifles ready to go, and your Harley's cleaned up, and your truck is shiny, and there's only so, you're caught up, and you're used to going 100 miles an hour, and all of a sudden nothing. You've hit a wall. So I was married at the time, and she said, honey, you got to find something to do. So I always enjoyed talking to people, local people, and I thought the town of North Wilkesboro has got great bones and a lot of possibilities here, a lot of potential. And I knew some of the commissioners, and I knew the mayor, and good people, but I thought, I think I could do it better because of my business background. And so I talked to a couple of people about it. I said, how do you do this? And they told me, and said, can you knock on doors? And one former commissioner said, I couldn't find out anything bad about you, but nobody knows you. I said, I can fix that. He said, can you go knock on doors? I said, yeah, no problem. So I did. And I got the voter lists, and you go through them and just knock on doors. And if they got a minute, talk to them if they'll see you. If not, leave a door hanger. Sure. And that's what it took.
So in a certain fashion, you'd been doing that for 40 years,
exactly. Right? Just put in the shoe leather and the time, and it was good. So it worked. It did. So it worked, and I won. And there was 4 of us running, the incumbent and 3 others, and so I was fortunate enough. And so being completely retired, I had all the time and plenty of energy to put into the job.
Right.
So that's how I got into it, and I've enjoyed it. And once again, it's the people. And our staff has changed. Our commissioners have changed, and I like it.
Yeah. So that ebb and flow that you're describing, it is a fluid job too, right? Because you're always going to have people coming and going.
Yes.
You've just retired a great police chief, and you've got another great police chief. So those are things that you're being part of now, right?
It is.
What's that like for you?
Well, as I said earlier, I'm really basically just an old peddler, and you need to be validated. And you get that being mayor because I'm the oldest one in town hall, and for the staff, which is young, our directors of tourism and planning and the town manager are all younger. In fact, I'm the de facto father for them. And I like it when they come to my office and they'll shut the door and say, Mayor, this is this, and this is what I'm thinking about doing. What do you think? They're using me as a sounding board, and I really enjoy that.
Right.
And it's the people. We got a staff, and you get to know them, and you get to know their families, and you share their joys and their little tragedies, and it's a good thing, and it makes you feel needed.
Yeah. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't help but to imagine that having that balance, that what you just described, you being the senior in the office and you having these different age groups, that's an honest evaluation of the community at large, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So we have people that are more senior in our community, and we have a lot of young people too.
We do.
And it seems to me like, from what the numbers are saying, that we're beyond having the complete exit of all the young people. People are lingering a bit more when they're younger, and even going to school and coming back, right?
I think you're right, because and COVID showed that. I remember when my kids graduated from high school, they couldn't wait to get out here and go away to college. Now they really like coming back. They enjoy it. And they forgot how nice it was here and how green it is. They're both out in Colorado. And we, as in the town, we want to hold people here. We don't want to have a brain or a talent drain. Right. The average age now of the county is 45. And that's getting up there, because the kids leave, and it's more retirees coming in too. So we wanted to figure out something to hold them here, because there's a lot of kids who would rather be here to see their grandparents and their parents, and maybe they have siblings they're close to, aunts, whatever. But it's a family ties that are very, very deep here by generation. So one thing we did is we're looking, the days of heavy industry in this county are over. Price of labor is cheaper overseas and things. Everything's imported. There's still some, we still have some light industry here, and we've got some more in here, smaller companies, and that's good. That's your backbone. But to hold them here, they got to make some money.
Right.
And they have to make good wages where they can support. They can get married if they want to. They can have kids if they so choose. So there's a company we're working with right now, and it's a tech industry. And you can do a tech job from anywhere in the world.
Right.
You can do the same job in L.A., Chicago, and guess where else?
Sure.
Wilkes
Right
County,
here.
right here. And guess what? If it pays $130,000 in Chicago and L.A., it would pay here.
That's right.
Because you pay the job. You're buying the talent. So you can have people start out $14 an hour and then just keep working their way up. But you don't have to have a degree or certificate or whatever to get the job. You earn while you learn.
Right.
So it's so we're working with a company now out of Alabama to put a facility here, and hopefully we can start out with maybe 20 jobs and times 10 in several years.
That's incredible.
And guess what? They have to have a place to live.
That's right.
So the town we're working now on another piece of land, 17 acres, with a developer out of Charlotte to put, and we toured our land, 30 to 50 homes on that. And they'll be from 285 to 325 thereabouts.
That's the big deficit now, right? Is just lodging, having that. There are the good thing about the county, even though with the deficit of homes, more homes are being built, but we've got a lot of land, right?
And that's great.
And that's the magic to give this builder
you got to have
a place
real
to put
estate.
the homes.
That's right. And there's no inventory, and housing's out of shortage. We mentioned Samaritan's Purse earlier,
right.
And they have a lot of people, have a great workforce. They're the kind of people you want to have in your community. But guess what? So many of them are commuting. There's nothing here as far as housing.
Right.
So so we think, and I do, if you build it, they'll come. They will. And that's what we're trying to do now is get it built. Now, if you look at Wilkes County on the map, we're not near a whole lot. Where's the nearest town of any size? Hickory? It's an hour.
Right.
Winston-Salem? Close to an hour. So we're kind of isolated out there. And so we've had to really sweet talk contractors and builders to come in, and we ride them around town, look at downtown, look at this piece of land, and just show them and make them feel what we spoke about earlier.
So are you being part of that riding around?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. I can see it now. So you got your cowboy hat on, hop in the truck, fellas. We're taking a trip. You could stop over here and get coffee. You stop over here, get lunch over here, and you show them.
Exactly.
What are they saying? What do you feel from them as they're driving away and you're doing that final sales call wave? What are you sensing from people?
Well, this one in particular, they looked at it, the land. We went down to visit them in Charlotte.
Okay.
They were opening a new neighborhood, and we said, guys, got to come up and say, well, we've been there on Google Maps and stuff. And I said, no. I said, you got to feel it. I said, I tell you what, I promise you get up here, we'll go to lunch, ride around. You will have enjoyed the trip. Mm-hmm. And we get him in there, and I had the two bosses with me and the town manager. And I said, oh, this is nice. Well, look at this downtown. Look at this shop. We took them to eat downtown. Right. Oh, this is nice. How nice. And then we went and looked at the land road around. I didn't know this was here. You just can't tell the surrounding area. And then I knew.
Satellites don't show the feeling, do they?
We got them hooked. All we had to do was reel them in. But it was true. I mean, everything's completely above board and honest. But guys, it is that good and that nice.
I think the beauty of what you've just described, Mayor, is that like as a salesman, you're like, we got to show them, but. Yeah. It is the organic nature of the community. It's just this environment that's very real.
It is.
You really can't fake it, because here it's not a Hollywood set. You can go into the coffee shop, and then you can go to the basement if you want to and step and see an alley. I mean, it's real.
It is. That's right.
And people. It's an opportunity to linger, and I think people can imagine a quality of life here being more relaxed than in a lot of other places.
That's right, and it's still, it's a Hallmark movie every day. But and it's still, in my opinion, I've been a lot of places. It was and still is a great place to raise a family,
right,
and grandchildren. You don't worry about them. Well, you do. You're concerned, but you don't have that worry that other communities do. And as far along as I'm sitting in that office up there in Town Hall, I'm going to do everything I can to make it stay that way.
I'm not going to ask you to look into a crystal ball, because somebody dropped it the other day. So it's broken. But,
oh, Lord.
So we ordered another one.
Okay.
And but I do want you to do a little forecasting for us, okay? Because our visits will be many, and we'll have lots of things to talk about in the very near future. But as we wrap up this session, let's look into the future. You've been in the position long enough, and you are the mayor. You're not the town manager, so
Correct.
They're taking care of the business, right?
The day-to-day.
And I understand she does a fantastic job.
Holly is a rock star.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have her in soon too.
Yeah, very good.
And I love this setup for local government, because when you have a town manager managing things, and you don't have to worry about that, you can do exactly what you're describing doing.
Yep.
And that's where the power is, right?
It is. You slap back, shake hands, put people at ease, and welcome them, make them feel good. And you swear in police officers. You go to ribbon cuttings and speak. We have the once a month now through the summer, we have an event down at the farmers market.
Oh, okay.
We have live bands, free admission, and they just put AstroTurf down the front end and umbrellas for the sun. And
that'll keep it cooler.
A lot cooler, and it's, instead of walking on concrete and kids playing, they have that nice soft AstroTurf.
How are people responding?
Oh, they loved it. I went down because we had the Embers played,
right? And
we have one every month.
Okay.
And we have ZZ Top Notch. ZZ Top, the band, it's a tribute band.
Right.
They're good. I heard tapes of them. And this is going on once a month all through the summer. Food trucks.
I think that's one of the exciting things about Wilkes County now. So in Wilkesboro, North Wilkesboro, the whole area, there's something for people to do. And when I hear people say, well, there's nothing to do, I'm like, well, you're just wrong. Because it really is a choice. Do I go over here and do this? And they've got a concert on the green in Wilkesboro.
Wilkesboro, good and vaguely, right.
Do I head out and see one of the festivals in the surrounding communities?
Yeah.
Do I do both? What? There's just so much going on.
There is. It's for the size of this town. Wilkes County is a huge landmass. There's only about 65,000 people here, but there is a lot going on.
Yeah, and a lot of guests, right?
Yes.
People love coming here.
They do. And what I want to do is, I don't want this. Well, I used to ask people, so where do you live? I said, I live in North Wilkesboro. I said, oh, okay, I'm on the road, Right. And where is that? I said, well, it's exactly halfway between New York and Miami. I stole that from Tobacco Road.
Yeah,
and
that works.
But I said, I went through there on the way to Winston, or I went through there on the way to App.
Right.
We want you to come see us. We want to be a destination, not a pass-through. So we're working to do that. We're redoing the Smoot Park, building a new pool, redoing the bathhouse, millions of dollars in that. We're putting a new fire station, $3.5 million there. We're redoing our roads. We paved our parking lots, put planters downtown with live flowers, more lighting.
I stopped and talked to the guy watering the pots
Yeah.
because I'd seen him 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I was thinking I wanted one of those big water containers at the house because I got all these plants down. When it gets dry weather, we make bricks here in the yard.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Nature does.
Yes.
So I was like, what am I going to do? So I stopped to talk to him. And then I saw this hose going in the plant, in the side of it. And I said, where's the water going? He said, well, about 30 gallons goes in here.
Self-watering.
Or whatever it was, 15, however it was.
Yeah.
And it self-waters.
Right.
I said, how often do you have to water it? Once a week.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fantastic.
It is.
That's brilliant. So just those type of things, that's what your town's works people figure out, right?
Well, staff does that too.
Yeah.
We had a staff work day, and everybody from mayor on, everybody joins in. You roll up your sleeves and get dirty. Plant planters. We slung tons of mulch around there. So, but it's neat. And it develops camaraderie and team effort.
Yeah.
And gosh, you feel good because it looks good, and you're proud of it.
Yeah, that's great. Keep your blood flowing too.
Yes,
right?
sir.
That's a great thing. Well, you looked in the crystal ball. And you shared the projects that you're working on and things you're looking. So that is the future.
It is.
Within the next 5 to 10 years, it looks really good, doesn't it?
It does. And we have a thing now. I came from a business background, and so did Holly Minton. And we weren't not politicians, and the staff too. We don't continue things. We get it settled and go on. And I always tell them, says, guys, we got to keep your foot on the gas, and we'll get it done.
Right.
And that's the attitude we have. And so far, so good. I've been mayor 2.5 years. I'll keep that philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Mayor. Great talking to you.
My pleasure.
We'll talk again real
Yes, sir.
soon.
That's right. Holly's good. She's smart as a whip. She has all the educational credentials, her master's, and she's cuter than I am.
Well, that's not one of the prerequisites here, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing
Yes,
to
sir.
know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mayor. That was a great visit.
Thank good. Went by quick.
Thank you for spending time with us on Life in Wilkes. We value you as a viewer and appreciate when you share the show with your friends and family. Be sure to bookmark our channel and join us again on the next episode of Life in Wilkes.